Welcome back to our practice assignment series. Today we're going to be doing drawing number 2.5, the gate valve handle, so stay tuned. Alright, so today we're going to be doing drawing number 2.5, the gate valve handle, and this one is kind of staying true to the theme of this second, intermediate packet. I feel like the construction lines are something that get utilized every so often, but there's ways to make drawings without having them. And these drawings that we've been throwing in kind of need some help, and that's where those construction lines are going to help you get where you need to. It's kind of layout lines, construction lines, call them whatever you want, but this is what we're going to do. So let's jump on over into the drawing and you'll see what we're working with. So we're going to make this gate valve handle. Again, we are drawing in inches. Our units will be inches. And you'll see we have this kind of through line, and then we kind of go up to the top with another one. That line is angled at 135 degrees away from one another, and everything's based off of that. So you'll see we have some rounded corners. We have an angled rectangle, which is something I taught you guys way back when we did the rectangle video. Aligned rectangles are something that I haven't really found a whole lot of uses for, but today we're going to show you kind of how this trick really works, and it is a lot better. I tried using the polygon tool and it wasn't the greatest, but anyways, we'll show you how to do that. We got some radii over here, and this is where things get confusing because this radius is the same as this radius, and that number is the same as this diameter. So be sure to pay attention to radius and diameter, and you'll see the way I gave you these measurements here, these three, it goes 0.984, 1.654, and 0.827. There's some things that go along with that for alignment purposes. So let's jump on over into Onshape and we will get started. All right, now that we are in Onshape, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a front plane, Shift and S to start our sketch, N to normalize, and P to hide those planes. We're going to start with a construction line going out to the right from our origin. If you take a look here, as I click, before I click again, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click my construction line button here, and you'll see that'll toggle it on and off, or I can press Q on my keyboard. You know how much I like my keyboard shortcuts. So we're going to go here, and that needs to go out from the center to 0.126. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to continue that line up, and we're going to go up 0.984. And we'll say okay. I'm going to continue that line. However, this time you'll see I'm not able to track, and I want it to stay on that same angle as that 984. So what I want to do is come back down here, and I'm going to touch the bottom of this line, make the whole thing turn orange, then come back up, and you'll see it'll snap, and you'll see that parallel constraint pop up. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to click, and I need this to be 1.654. And again, we'll do the same thing. Now, I want to show you real quick. I'm going to zoom in a little more. If you go to do this and you mess up, you're trying to get this to track, and you accidentally touch that center and it turns here. This is what's called the line arc line tool. And this is something that's popular in SolidWorks and some other drawing programs. So how do you undo it? You could just press escape, but if you go back and touch that point again, you'll see you'll turn back into that line. And now we've seen it's not wanting to snap, so you're gonna have to go the long way around again, touch the line, come back, and it'll snap parallel like you need. And this time we need this to be 0.827, and we're good. So before we move on, let's change that angle. We need this to be from here to here, needs to be 135, and we'll accept that. We'll zoom back out and we'll look at our whole piece we got. So this is our construction layout geometry, and next thing we need to do, I'm going to start up here on this side to kind of make things a little easier for us, and we need a circle, center point circle right here on this end that is a diameter of 0.472. Okay, I also need another one just outside of this that is a radius of 0.472. So I'm going to type in 0.472, Shift and 8 gives us the multiplication sign, or if you have a 10 key, you can just press that, the little star. times 2, and that gives us double that. So now we have a diameter of 0.944. So double that radius, and we have that existing like so. So we're setting that geometry up for ourselves in a way that's gonna be ready for our next step. Okay, now I want to come back over here to our origin, and we're going to start with this aligned rectangle type thing to kind of build the geometry we need. So for starters, again, simple circle. Let's draw a circle in the middle. That circle needs to be a diameter, real simple, of 0.777. Say okay. But now I want to use this aligned rectangle tool. I could use a center point rectangle and then rotate it, but it gets kind of funky. So we're going to use aligned rectangle, and we're going to come over here. I'm going to draw a line. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. Draw a line that kind of just angles off into space. Okay. I don't want it to have a specific, I don't want it to track to anything. And then I'm going to draw this rectangle over it like so. And you'll see I get 2 dimensions. If it was a rectangular shape, we could change those. Let's say it was 2x4 or 2x3 or whatever. The dimensions aren't the same. For us, we need to type in 1.496 on both sides. So I could type it in twice, but I got fat fingers and I end up typing it wrong. So I want to make sure I type it right. 1.496. I'm going to say enter, and then I'm not going to type in the other one. Because it's square, I know that this line and this line are equal based off of how I set it. But if I tell it, hey, you two need to be equal to one another. So if I select both of those lines and press the letter E, now the whole thing is equal and we're golden. But now how do I get it centered around my piece? Because if we look here, wherever I move this, it's kind of not really, right? If I move this down, it's not centered. I'm going to have to do some work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select all 3 of these points, my origin and the 2 vertical points. I'm going to say, hey, y'all need to be vertical to one another. So we'll press the letter V, and you'll see it'll snap it into place. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is, you'd think it'd be the same where I'm going to click both of these and this, but it's going to break. So just pick one point in your center and say, hey, you guys need to be horizontal to one another. And now you'll see we have what we need here. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is we need to fill out the body of this. So we have our outside, we have to add some fillets and some slots and stuff, but we need to add our overall body. So we have, if this is a valve, we have, or a valve handle, we have a spot where you can kind of add some leverage, and you have a spot you could hook it to, kind of to hang it up. Maybe this is like a wrench type thing, but how do we get the rest of it? Okay. So for starters, I could do this. I could show you. We can use a center point rectangle and not really care how big it is. Just kind of throw this off into space. This width here needs to be the same as our width on our circle. So we got 0.944. So I could say 0.944, right? And that works there. But then doing that over here is going to kind of suck because we're going to have to do that aligned thing again. But what we can do is we can use an offset, or we can just use the same math as before. So if I'm going to draw a line and I touch this line and say, hey, I want you two to be parallel, and I just go until we go past it, right? I'm parallel to that line, and then we say we're good. And then I would need to do the same thing, but I could mirror it over. So now I'm going to mirror it over this line. So I'm going to say, hey, that line, mirror this thing over. And you're probably thinking, how the heck is this supposed to work? Because it's not the same. Like, how are we going to get this thing to do what we need to do? It's not, it ain't working, right? Well, now we can tell it to tangent. So I want, hey, this to tangent to this. And you'll see now we're on both sides, and it did both of them. So let's clear that up. Let's get rid of, don't need that outside. We'll trim that. Some people I've done some trainings with, they don't like these extra dots off in space. If you don't like them, just select them and delete them. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these extra lines. I know I've showed you guys a lot how to like trim things up, but we can use our constraints. So if I take this line now and tell it, hey, you need to coincide with this, and same thing here, you need to coincide with this, we don't really have to trim it up all that often. We can just do what we need to do, move it, and keep the same geometry aligned as such. Next thing we need to do is extend this line down. So carry this out, carry this over using the extend tool. If you look up here, that lives next to like where the slot drop down is. If it's not showing, it's trim, extend, and split all exist in the same spot. And while we're up here, let's take trim and let's cut out that excess. So now we have our final overall shape. While we're still in trim, let's get rid of these because we don't need that part there. And now we're ready to add, we can cut out this part up here as well, here and here. Now we're ready to add a slot and then round our corners. So while we're talking about it, let's do our corners. On this square here, our aligned rectangle, that needs to be a radius of 1.118. So Shift and F here, here, and here. 0.118. We'll say okay. And then down here in these corners here, these need to be where'd you go? Internet's being weird today. So again, these three need to be 0.118. We'll accept that. And here we'll do another radius. Here and here need to be 0.472. There's that number again. We're using it multiple times. And we'll say okay. And now we got to do is add that slot. So the reason we did, let me move some of this around. The reason we did all these incremental like so was so we had this line isolated by itself so we can use it to make our slot command. So if I come up here and click slot, and I tell this that it needs to be, we have a radius of 236, which is a diameter of 0.472. Again, I'll show you, 0.236 times 2 gives us 0.472, and we are good there. So we have our slot to the center of that thing, angled off to the side. There's a lot of stuff that's, dependent on another measurement for us to get what we need to. So now that we are done, I can go ahead and click the green check mark and we see my finalized shape. Next thing I'm going to do is select here and I get an answer, and my answer, I'm not going to tell you. If you want it, you're going to have to email me. I am working on an app to where you can upload your answers and it'll tell you kind of, yeah, you got it right, or no, try again. But if you look down, once you click the selected area, the shape like this, if we look at our print, that's what I was asking you to do as well. That same. So I'm going to keep that tradition going along where I'll put the shaded region that I want you to handle. I know before I did, like, what is this with the holes or without the holes? And some people are like, well, what does that mean? Because if I do with the hole, that means I have the hole there. I've drilled the hole out, but it was kind of this whole thing that we're not going to get into anymore. Make it match the picture that's on the thing, and that'll make it a little easier to understand. So make your piece look like this. Your answer will be down here under where my picture is. There's a reason I have my face down in the bottom corner. Hides the answer. If you're a teacher and you need that answer key, let me know. I'll send that out. I don't have a problem doing that. But yeah, so that's going to do it for us today for number 5. This packet's coming along nice. I like the kind of different variables and different ways of showing dimensions that we're not quite used to seeing in what we do. So keep trying. If this is something that's been like, man, I barely understood the introductory packet, and now this intermediate packet's just kicking my butt. Good. Get better. Keep practicing. Try to do more and more. I didn't used to be as good at this stuff as I am. It took a lot. I got books and books that I've practiced. Anytime I get a spare chance, I'm always practicing my drafting techniques just to see kind of different ways of doing stuff and how to make things work. So If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Shoot me an email, something on Instagram, comment, whatever. You guys know where to find me. But that's going to do it for us today. So I hope you guys are learning some. And I know, sorry, unfortunately, summer's coming to an end for us here in the education community, but hopefully you didn't completely waste this summer and you learned a little bit. So that's going to do it for us. See you guys next week. Take care.